Hi everybody, it's Sarah. Today I thought we'd do something a little bit different to celebrate the winter solstice, but actually you can do this at any time of the year. As you guys know, I love doing card pulls, following astrology, and generally asking for guidance from the universe, right? So today I have a simple project you can do that will allow yourself to tap into the universe on a more personal level. Because hey, we could all use some divine guidance from time to time, couldn't we? If you've ever visited Serenity or joined us somewhere for a retreat, chances are good that you've seen our message from the universe jar floating around somewhere in the background, right? Because we use it every day. So to celebrate the winter solstice, it would be cool to go over the steps for making your own magic jar. And it is actually really simple and pretty straightforward. There are only a few supplies involved, and I bet you have them all already. The first thing I need to make clear is this is not a magic 8-ball jar, okay? It's not gonna say yes or no. 2 questions like, should I go to the dance with Johnny? It's not that type of tool. The intention of this jar is to give you some divine guidance and help you stay positive and stay on the right track, especially when you're maybe feeling less than positive, or tackling life lessons, or working through past traumas. But obviously you can fill this jar with anything you like. Often people fill these jars with channeled messages like you're moving in the right direction, continue forward on your path, it's ascension symptoms, things like that. But obviously you can fill it with whatever you like. If you're unsure what to fill it with, we do have some affirmations and some things that we put in our jar if you would like to download them free from Serenity. I'll put a link below. Now, these are messages that are relevant to the people that visit Serenity, okay? So you can make it a little bit different, but I would suggest that you don't say yes or no or things like that. This should be a message of affirmation, a positive message, definitely. And it should be something that will empower you, something that will give you an idea that yes, you are moving in the right direction. And maybe when you're not feeling your best and it's all you can do to get up or stick to a routine, check the jar, and it's something that could maybe really help you understand why you're going through the lessons you're going through. And I think this might be a good ritual for closing out the year too, of putting maybe some of your aspirations in there to keep you on point. And if you're kind of unsure about what you should put in the jar, I have, I think, 36 different messages, and if you follow the link below, you can go to Serenity and download them for free. It will ask you to check out, and you don't have to put anything other than your name and email address, and it won't cost you anything, and I promise I won't spam you with a bunch of newsletters because, hey, I don't have time. Let's make this jar, okay? Step 1, rescue and recycle a glass jar. Do not, and I repeat, do not go out and buy a new jar for this. I know you have a glass jar somewhere in your house. Use it. It's really important. Rescue a jar. The next step is to clean it very well, whether this is sticking it in a dishwasher or hand washing it. Wash it really well, and if it was something that had a strong liquid like, say, spaghetti sauce in it, let it air out a day before you put the lid on it, okay? Because it's probably going to smell. And that's fine to use it, it's fine. The next step is to either use incense or use sage and smoke the jar, or as we say, sage it, right? Let the smoke from the sage bundle or incense flow around and inside the jar, because we're now energetically cleaning it just like we cleaned it physically. The next step that I have found very helpful was to put a few of your favorite crystals in it, and these can be quartz, these can be, obsidian, whatever your favorite stones are. Just put, 2 or 3 in there and put the lid on it. So you want to make sure it doesn't smell like spaghetti sauce because you don't want your crystals smelly. Put the lid on it and put it someplace where it won't be disturbed for about 2 to 3 days. You can also set it on a mandala or place it in the center of a crystal grid or a Reiki grid for, like I say, 2 to 3 days. And as you do this, set the intention that it will be cleared of anyone else's energy, and that the energy of the universe will flow through it for your highest good. And that's the big key here, is setting the intention of what you want to happen. Allow the crystals to empower the jar now. So step back and let this happen. If the moon speaks to you, if you work with the moon, then you might want to set it out during the full moon and let it get that charge as well. And if not, that's okay. You really can't do this wrong. The main focus is your intention. A lot of people like to make things more complicated because they think that it empowers it more. I don't find it to be true. I find that if we set clear intentions and we are 100% focused while we're doing something, it can be an easy step. And by being focused 100%, I mean not talking on the phone, not watching TV, not doing 3 things at once. Only do one thing at a time with intention and your full concentration and focus. So after the crystals have had time to empower the jar, decide what type of message you're going to write. Are you going to write affirmations? Are you going to gear it for specific things such as manifesting money even? You could do that. Or you could use it like we do and just be generic messages from the universe and know that you will get the message that you need. The next step is deciding if you're going to write them or if you're going to type them and print them out. And of course, it would be more powerful if you actually wrote them. But not everybody has that much time, so you can print them too. You've decided on the theme, you've cleaned the jar, you've energized it, you've written your messages or printed them out, you cut them, and now this is a really important step, cut them into strips, and then fold the strip 9 times. And I know you're going, what? 9 times? Yes. 9 is a very magic number, and it is a number of completion. And that's what we want. We want this to be complete. Take the pieces of paper, fold them 9 times, and add them to the jar. Yeah? Put the lid on the jar and Reiki the entire filled jar. Or place it on mandala again, or on a grid. If you wish to put it back out in the moonlight, that's fine too. Like I say, you can't really do this wrong. At this point, your magical messages from the universe jar should be activated and ready to go. It's pretty simple, and like I say, it can be very uplifting. We usually draw from it at least once a day, and as clients pass through Serenity, they usually stop by the jar and draw something as well. So it's nice to have on your desk or to use when you're needing an uplifting message from the universe too. People often ask me too, once they've drawn the slip of paper out, what do they do with it? And I always say, if it really resonates with you, take it with you. If not, fold it back up and put it back in the jar. And as you can see from the video, there's not that many left in our jar, is it? It's time for me to make some more too. But that's good. That means that these have been resonating with folks. And one more thing, as you can see, we just printed out a label and taped it to our jar. If you feel inclined to paint yours or to draw on it or to cover it in stickers, go right ahead. Make it personal, make it any way you'd like. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, please subscribe because we have a lot of new videos about to drop. Thanks for being part of the Serenity family. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.